I was shocked at how great everything looked. Like, we were literally on one of the nicest floats in one of the biggest pride parades that I've ever seen. And it was really great being able to see all the different parts of Manhattan. Like,
oh yeah, we walked almost the whole island, it felt like.
Yeah, we were on that float for, you know what I mean, hours, but we actually see so much of the city. Like, I felt super lucky to be able to see all of that just in one go, right?
Yeah, just all the big monuments.
Yeah, like,
and
we're
the
only here
different
for a few
buildings.
days. I got to see so much more.
In one run.
In one run on the Pride
basically.
Parade than I would have ever gotten on my own, honestly. And,
no, definitely.
yeah, it was just really neat to be here for the first time with an actual, you know what I mean, group of people, and not just be coming by ourselves. And, you know what I mean, it really felt like a really community experience. And
it did, because we had other people to talk to as well.
It brought us closer to the
stuff.
XTube community too, because we got to meet other amateurs. We were meeting other people on the float that produce content as well. They can see, you know what I mean, where it can go if they keep doing it. You know what I mean? If they stay with XTube and they keep working as hard as they can, like we are,
you can grow your brand.
You can grow your brand, and you can be your own boss, and you know what I mean? You can really make a life for yourself doing something that makes you happy, and you know what I mean? Really doesn't take a lot of, you know what I mean, energy out of you if you're, you know what I mean, passionate about it. And
yeah, it's definitely, you gotta be passionate.
That's what keeps me coming back, is just my passion for, you know what I mean, working for myself and being my own boss, and you know what I mean, just having that, you know what I mean, to fall back on always is just really nice, not having to ever
you feel like you always have that security, because you don't have somebody else in charge of
as long
what
as
you're
you're
doing.
Keeping up with your work and keeping up with your, you know,
well, you have to be in charge, right? Like, you have to be on your own back, making sure it's all being done.
Yeah, you got to be your own best boss, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You got to be your own boss.
Yeah, you got to be driven. You got to be driven. You got to know that it's something you want to do when you're starting, and as long as you keep putting out content.
You be driven by just the passion for working for yourself is enough, right?
Definitely. No, I totally agree with that. That's definitely what my huge pull was, being where, like,
especially being so young, right? There's not a lot of other jobs that we could be doing now with this much freedom, with, you know what I mean?
I just feel,
many perks.
Yeah, very lucky to be in the position that I am, being able to work from home and put out my own content, grow my brand, and not be answering to other people when I've had the other, like, not as great opportunities,
yeah,
right?
You've had other jobs where it's a real grind, and honestly.
And then you come home and it's like, you're upset over your day, or
whereas you make a bunch of great videos on Xtube and you feel accomplished.
There's never really a bad day when you think about it, as long as you're continuously working and doing what you feel is needed, right?
Oh my God, yeah. I never at the end of the day am feeling super stressed out or feeling like I had a super long day. It's honestly a feeling of accomplishment.
Always, definitely.
At the end of the day, I'm like, I think I made a pretty good video, and you know, I think it's going to be a really good seller, and it's really exciting to, you know what I mean, see that next week unfold and know if, you know what I mean, it was a hit or a miss, and then it gives you that much more motivation to kind of keep going. And it's almost like a game you play with yourself, like, let's try this, and
hitting that upload button is a little adrenaline rush.
Yeah,
almost.
And there's no downfall. You know what I mean?
No.
It either works out or it doesn't.
Or it doesn't, and you keep going forwards, and you keep just doing what makes you happy as well.
That's the joy of being an entrepreneur and being you know what I mean, on XTube, and that's just one of the main pulls, definitely.
Definitely.
So what's your favorite part of the parade?
It was my first, like, big parade outside of Canada, especially. Yeah. So it was just exciting seeing just the mass number of people that actually would turn up to a gay pride.
Yeah, we don't really have anything comparable to where we are, right?
Exactly. It's much smaller scale versus.
It was really neat having people that had reached out to us online and on XTube come up to us and actually say they've seen our content, and
from all over the world.
Yeah, it was really cool to see that they'd seen our pictures on Instagram, and you know, it was just a really neat connection to make. But yeah, the float looked amazing.
The float was definitely one of the most exciting parts.
So hyped. Like,
the confetti
every
coming
time
out.
Confetti shot out, people were just freaking losing it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably one of my favorite things. We had one of the best floats, and
definitely, and everybody really enjoyed the stickers and the condoms that we were handing out.
Tons of merch to hand out. People seem to be super jacked about that. I think that's going to really get people excited about the brand and get them on board with the
checking out the website and just promoting everything that much more.
Yeah, it's going to be it worth it?
It was just a party the whole time, basically, with the music.
I definitely feel like we were surrounding ourselves with the right people, like
yeah,
to have a good time. You know what I mean? Especially like the XTube staff, like they're all so friendly. And
everyone was so nice.
In such a good mood, and we were all pumped up and jacked up about Pride. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was definitely the most exciting event that I've been to, honestly, probably ever.
Yeah, definitely. I know, just to see people from all over the world come for something, to celebrate something so big.
Exactly, all the different cultures and everything just all together at one place.
Yeah, it was awesome. Everyone was so friendly, honestly.
Everyone watching.
Everyone that we came up to was like ready to take something from us, ready to say hi, give us a high
There's
five.
a few people that even
wanted
you hand them the stickers, they put you in for a hug.
They want a hug and they want a kiss or a little bit of attention.
Yeah,
it's just nice to be able to connect with the people a little bit more. You know, you get a lot of people that see you online and don't actually think you're a real person. They just kind of think you're a body. Yeah,
it's definitely, having been doing this for the amount of time that we have been, actually seeing the people that watch it, I think like it's almost like a, whoa, okay, I do put out
make an
all
impact
of this,
a little bit,
for all these other people to see.
Definitely, yeah. It was interesting to see how many people actually knew who we were, and from all different areas. You get different accents in different countries, and you know what I mean. And they're all connected through the Xtube brand because they've seen our stuff.
They've seen it, and then it's everybody was so welcoming and just so nice.
I think that's just the general vibe of Pride, is just everyone's so accepting and so friendly. You're not going to get a lot of people in a bad mood on a day like today, right?
Definitely.
But yeah.
It was quite the experience for sure.
Definitely will not be my last New York Pride, that's for sure. I'm going to try to make it back here now.
The first of many.
The biggest party. We had a few experiences where we walked up to a few different cops, and they seem to like.
They look serious.
Yeah,
when
they
you walk
stand
up
off
to
at
them.
first, but as soon as you go to hand them something or slap a sticker on them, they seem to be so like
big smiles,
down,
just
and they're like,
into
"Thank you for including me." Everyone was walking by me and thinking that I didn't want any anyone to bother me, but
they look intimidating, but they're just as happy to be there as everybody else.
I definitely
honestly
got the vibe that some of them were having a good time, and
I
even heard one of the police officers got engaged.
Yeah, I saw that
to his
too.
wife there, so that was really nice to see. And yeah, it was the security. There was tons of security though. There was like honestly like every 5 meters. There's no way you couldn't feel safe at a pride event like this.
No, definitely not. So how long have you been like doing XTube? When did you start?
It's been about 3 years now. I started webcamming before, and then I started to transfer my energy into the video side of things, and Xtube was actually one of the first platforms that I tried that actually really was a success for me, and I just kind of stuck with it from that point on, and I started to, put all of my energy that I was putting into other things, my other job, into Xtube, and it did start to pay off over time, and I think the consistency of doing it just really got me into a groove that made me feel comfortable, and it didn't really feel like a work or a challenge at all for me anymore. And that's why I keep doing it, I think. And I don't know, what about you? When did you started? It was several years ago now. Yeah.
It'd be roughly 2, I guess, now that I've been posting my own.
We're a little bit better.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
When did you start?
Oh, okay.
Sure. So you've been on Xtube for a couple of years as well?
Yeah. I started about 2 years ago, posting my own content on my own profile, and the huge pull is just being able to be in charge of it by myself with the whole amateur style that they allow you to do versus any of the other sites, right? They're definitely, Xtube is pioneering the whole amateur style of porn as it catches on more and more.
I was on Xtube before I started doing porn, and I was using it as a free site, and I didn't really understand that they, could sell product as well, sell content. And I just started to see that there was money to be made, and you could be your own boss, and that was just a huge pull, right?
Definitely.
Being able to, be in charge of your own brand, and Xtube's actually the platform that just puts it out for you. They don't, they don't have their hand in anything other than, making sure everything is done to code.
They work with you, not...
Yeah, they work with you. It really feels like you have like a nice team of people there that are actually, Other porn sites, it does not feel that way. you've got a nice team of people here that they're here to support you. They want to make sure that you're making money, because if you're making money, they're making money. Everyone's happy, right?
Exactly. Like
we're
even
all having fun.
They're always checking in on us to make sure that everything's going good for us.
Yep.
Because in turn, then it's going good for them as well, right?
They all want us to be, you know what I mean?
Keep succeeding and going further in our careers, how we've decided. Because again, although they are the host, they still let us be in charge of what we want to put out there and let us represent ourselves.
It's easy to spread the word about such a great company like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a lot of negative things to say. So it's
honestly, I couldn't think of really anything. There's just every time there has been even the slightest, I wouldn't even say issue, you talk to them and it's resolved right away. It's never been, they're always there to help you as soon as it's needed.
So big plans for Xtube in the future?
Well, I'm going to continue growing it as much as I can.
Yeah.
Plan to grow my brand in other ways as well. But
yeah, I think it's important to just keep thinking of like new ideas that are just, you know what I mean, a little bit out there. You know what I mean? Try something new, because people don't really want to see the same kind of, you know what I mean, fabricated porn over and over again. They want to see a little bit of excitement.
You got to keep it exciting
they want
and
to see
fresh
like, you know
and new.
Yeah. And so I always try to just think of, I try to go online, think of something spontaneous, or think of something that nobody's really doing, you know what I mean? And that kind of gives me a little bit more motivation too, because it's exciting, right? You're like, is this gonna work out?
It's exciting for you, not just for the viewer,
right? And the fans, they totally love the idea of being able to, you know what I mean, not just have one type of content. So yeah, I try to keep everything as broad as I can, and I think I'm just gonna continue trying to make as many different types of videos, get as many different types of fetishes and niches that I can, in order to, you know what I mean, hit all the boxes of all the different types of people that, you know what I mean, we can cater to.
Well, yeah, you don't want to like put yourself into a box.
Yeah, like our audience is young, old, you know what I mean, middle-aged. We've got everybody.
You're hitting every age group.
Yeah, like I get messages from, you know, 18 to, you know what I mean, 60, 70 years old.
Yeah.
Like it's, yeah, it doesn't
Well,
stop.
Walking through the parade, you have people coming up to you saying, oh, I recognize TATTTWINK, I know who you are, I've seen your videos, I
people that you wouldn't usually
Instagram
think are, you know what I mean, as big on Xtube or whatever. And
well, especially because where we're from, that's not happening, right? So it's like coming here, it's such a eye-opening experience.
It's definitely something that, it's becoming less and less taboo, which is great. You know what I mean? Tell people you work for Xtube, and you know what I mean? They're actually curious, they're excited for you, they want to hear a little bit more about it.
Yeah, that's
There's
so
not
true.
a real negative vibe around it.
The whole view on porn in general is changing.
And I think the Pride celebration was a really good example of that. Like, everyone was so jacked that Xtube was here, right?
Well, yeah, being represented and showing that it's
porn
not
is
just
okay
porn.
And cool,
it's like,
and you know what I mean?
We're people.
We're all human, right?
Exactly. It's the same. It's just like a different job.
Yeah, it's just a different job, a different way to have a good time. And, you know what I mean? Make some money while doing it.
Exactly.